Good morning. If you're watching this with your coffee or your tea, no judgment, I'm really glad you're here. I want to show you something today that changed my life more than any app, any course, any textbook ever did. My morning routine. See, here's the thing nobody tells you about learning English. You don't get better by studying for 3 hours on a Sunday and then forgetting about it for the rest of the week. You get better through small, repeated moments. Little habits stacked on top of each other every single morning. So today, I'm going to walk you through 6 things I do every morning, real things, nothing fancy, no special equipment, that quietly, consistently improve my English. And the best part? You can start tomorrow. You don't need a plan. You just need 6 habits. Let's get into it. Okay, habit number 1 is going to sound a little strange. Ready? I talk to myself. Out loud, before I even get out of bed. Here's what that looks like. My alarm goes off, and instead of grabbing my phone right away, I lie there for about 60 seconds and I just narrate. I say things like, okay, it's Monday morning, I'm a little tired, but I slept pretty well. I've got a busy day ahead, I've got a meeting at 10, and I really need to finish that report before lunch. That's it. That's the whole exercise.
Why does this work so well? Because it forces you to turn your thoughts, which are messy, half-formed, and jump all over the place, into actual sentences. Complete, grammatical, real English sentences. And you're doing it about your own life, which means the vocabulary sticks. It's not some random sentence from a textbook about a fictional trip to the airport. It's about your Monday, your meeting, your report. Try it tomorrow. Before your feet touch the floor, describe your day out loud in English. 30 seconds. That's all it takes. Habit number 2 happens while the coffee is brewing. I open a news app. Doesn't matter which one, honestly. Pick your favorite. And I read the top 3 headlines. Slowly. Not skimming. Slowly. Now, here's the important part. I don't just read them and move on. For each headline, I ask myself one question. Could I explain this to a friend in my own words? So, if the headline says something like, City Council approves new downtown housing project, I pause and I think, okay, how would I say that differently? Maybe, the city just gave permission to build new apartments downtown. See what happened there? I took formal, headline-style English, the kind that drops words like the and to save space, and I turned it into natural spoken English. That's a skill. That's a real skill that most learners never practice, and it's the difference between English that sounds like a textbook and English that sounds like a person. 3 headlines, 5 minutes, and you walk away with fresh vocabulary about real things happening in the world today, which, by the way, gives you something interesting to talk about later. All right, habit 3 is my favorite one, and it's called shadowing. While I'm getting ready, brushing my teeth, honestly, I have a song or a clip from a show playing, and I pick just one line, one sentence, and I repeat it over and over, trying to match the rhythm, the stress, the little pauses, everything. Let me give you a real example. This morning, I was listening to a song, and there was a line, I didn't know how much I needed this. Simple sentence, right? But listen to how a native speaker actually says it. It's not, I did not know. It's, I didn't know how much I needed this. The words blend together. The did not becomes didn't, and it almost disappears into the next word. So I repeat that line out loud 10 times, 20 times, until my mouth naturally makes that same shape, until it stops feeling foreign and starts feeling like mine. This is huge because most learners focus only on what words to say, but fluency isn't really about the words, it's about the music underneath the words, the rhythm, the connected speech, and you only get that by copying it physically with your own mouth over and over. One sentence every morning. That's the whole habit. Habit 4 happens at breakfast, and it takes about 3 minutes.
I keep a little notebook. Could be your notes app, doesn't matter. And every morning I write exactly 3 sentences about the day before. Not a diary entry, not a big essay. 3 sentences. Here's what I wrote yesterday, actually. Yesterday was pretty productive. I finished editing 2 videos and went for a walk in the evening. I also called my sister and we talked for almost an hour. Notice something about those 3 sentences? They use past tense naturally. Finished, went, called, talked, because I'm describing things that already happened. And that's exactly the point. Most learners study past tense with grammar exercises that feel disconnected from real life. But when you write about your actual yesterday, the past tense stops being a grammar rule and starts being just how you talk about your life. 3 sentences about yesterday every single morning. In a month, that's 90 sentences of real, personal, past tense English written by you about you. Okay, habit 5, and this one's about intention. Before I leave the house, I pick one small English mission for that specific day. Just one. Something achievable. Some examples of missions I've picked recently. Today, I'm going to learn and use the word overwhelmed in a real sentence. Or, today, when someone asks how I'm doing, I'm not going to say good. I'm going to say something more specific, like a bit swamped, but hanging in there.
Do you see the difference? Instead of trying to improve my English in some vague, overwhelming way, which, by the way, is exactly the kind of goal that makes people give up, I give myself one tiny, specific target, one word, one phrase, one small win I can actually complete by dinner time. And here's what happens when you do this for 30 days straight. You've deliberately practiced 30 new words or phrases in real conversations, not flashcards. That adds up faster than you'd think. So pick your mission today, right now actually. One word, one phrase, something you're going to use before you go to bed tonight. And the last habit, habit number 6, is the one that took me the longest to actually start doing because, honestly, it's a little uncomfortable. I record a 60-second voice memo of myself, talking about anything. My plans for the day, something I'm looking forward to, a small complaint about the weather, genuinely anything. Now here's why this one matters so much. When you speak without writing anything down first, you find out immediately where your English actually breaks down, where you hesitate, where you switch to your first language in your head, translate, and then come back. Reading a script doesn't show you that, but an unplanned 60-second recording, it shows you everything. And then, this is the key part, I listen back.